Do we want to start with 2? Are we?
Yeah, that would be good.
Are we gonna say a prayer?
Yeah, that would be a good thing. Do you
I'll
guys?
say it.
Okay.
Yeah. Heavenly Father, we thank you this day that we may be here this afternoon, going over, guide one another, that we may end the semester strong. Remember, learn and apply lives to better help others. Here, in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay. So question 2. Which of the following variables is our quantitative? I got number 3, the number of people in a randomly selected classroom on campus.
That's what I got.
That's what I got also. Okay, question 3. Students in an introductory statistics class at BYU Idaho were studying prices of cold cereal at grocery stores in Rexburg. To get a sample of cold cereal prices, they went to Albertsons and rolled a die to decide which box from the left to of the top shelf they would start on. They then recorded every six cereal after the first, moving from the left to right down the shelves, recording the name, size, and price of each cereal in their sample. Is this study an experiment or an observational study, and why? I got an experiment because the students had control over which cereals would be selected for the study.
I got an observation because the students had no control over the price of the individual cereals.
I also got what Daniel got because you're not doing anything to the cereal boxes. You're just looking at them and recording what you see, essentially.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Question for Math 221 project, one group of students studied the age of students on the BYU Idaho campus. They collected data from a random sample of 100 students. The sample mean was 21.2, and the sample standard deviation was 2.61, and excerpt of their data is given below. The group notices an error in their data. The average of one of the males was entered incorrectly. Is actually 21 years old. When the data is corrected, what will happen to the sample? It is impossible to determine this without the full data set.
That's what I got. So, question 5. The time to complete a standardized exam in the BYU Idaho Testing Center is approximately normal with a mean of 70 minutes and a standard deviation of 10 minutes. Using the 68, 95, 99.7 rule, approximately what percentage of students will complete the exam in under 15 minutes? Give your answer accurate to 1 decimal place. So, for that, I got 0.2, but that was not right.
I didn't get it right.
Okay.
I got 99.7.
You got that because it's like the third standard deviation, and because of that, it's 99.7.
Yeah.
Okay, because what I did is that it was you're supposed to complete the exam in under 50 minutes. So anyway, you do the third standard deviation. It is supposed to be less than that. I did -3, and the area below that, which would be 100 minus 99.7. Then you divide that by 2. So, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that wasn't right. So 99.7 might be.
I tried to find the z-score. I tried to do the 50 minus 70, and then I tried to divide that by sigma, standard deviation, and I tried to input that z-score into the app, and then I tried to get probability. So I got it.
Well, it does say to use the 68, 95, 99.7. And so that there's what makes it tough, in my opinion.
It's the 99.7.
Okay, I guess that's what we'll go with.
I got 0.023. That was wrong.
Good to know.
Okay. Ready for the 6th question?
Yeah.
I got 6 wrong.
Okay. The scores on the LSAT are approximately normal with mean 150.7 and a standard deviation of 10.2. Queen's School of Business in Kingston, Ontario requires a minimum LSAT score of 157 for admission. Find the 35th percentile of the LSAT scores. Give your answer accurate to 1 decimal place. Use the alphabet. In this case, I am totally lost. I didn't know how to solve it.
Okay. So I did it and I got it right. So I'll tell you guys what I did. So first I wrote down what I knew. And so you know that your mean is 150.7 and standard deviation is 10.2.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I plugged in the 35th percentile. I plugged that into the applet.
Yeah.
And anyway, like I selected this portion furthest left, and then I put down 0.35. And for my z-score, I got -0.385. And then I wrote out the z-score formula, which if you don't have a sample of n, then it would just be z equals x minus mu all over the standard deviation. And so I rearranged it so that way it would be solving for x, which would be the z-score times the standard deviation plus the mean of 150.7. And then I plugged in all my numbers, and I got 146.8. Did that make sense?
Okay. Let me check if I catch it. Did you put 0.35 in the area in the normal probability applet, right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. After that, you selected the left part of the area, right?
You select the most left part, and then you put in the area first.
Okay. You selected the z-score, and after that, you use it which formula?
The z-score formula, where z equals x minus mu all over sigma, or the standard deviation.
Okay, perfect. And you got 46.8.
146.8, yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
Did you get that, Daniel?
Yeah, I got it after you explained it. I kind of got it, but I don't know why I messed it up. So I'll have to look at it again. But I wrote it all down how you were explaining it.
Okay, good.
Added to my notes.
You guys ready to go on now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question 7. A team of dermatological, I can't say that word, researchers were studying skin cancer among 60 to 70-year-old American men. Suppose you were a part of the research team and take a sample of men from this age group and calculate the mean number of skin cancer spots in the sample. Also, suppose that it is known that the distribution of the number of cancer spots is right skewed. Suppose the same size this study was. What would be the shape of distribution of sample means? I said skewed, right?
That's what I got.
Yeah, me too.
Information. Tanker trucks are designed to carry huge quantities of gasoline from refineries to refueling stations. The factory that manufactures the tank of the trucks claims to manufacture tanks with a capacity of 8,550 gallons of gasoline. The actual capacity of the tank is normally distributed with a mean of mu equals 8,544 gallons and a standard deviation of sigma equals 12 gallons. Question 8. Suppose that a simple random sample of n equals 20 tanks is selected and the sample mean capacity is found to be 8,550 gallons. What is the z-score corresponding to this sample mean? Round your answers to 3 decimal places. So I got 2.236.
I am also lost on this question. How do you solve it?
Let's see, question 8.
So you go value minus mu over sigma over square root of n. And it's easiest if you work your way from the bottom up. So you find the square root of n first, and then you divide sigma by the square root of n, and then write that down, and you find your numerator, and then you divide it by what you got from the previous answer, what your previous answer was, and it gets you 2.236.
Okay.
The difference was for me and Hannah is I mixed up and I put negative 2.236.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Question 9. What is the probability that the sample mean capacity of 50 randomly selected tanks will be greater than 8,540 gallons? I was also last on this because it was the same way.
Okay.
What did you get, Hannah? I got it wrong. I got 0.198.
Okay, so the first time I went through, I got 0.932, but then I realized I did my calculations wrong. So for my second answer, I got 0.991.
And that one was right?
I don't know. I haven't submitted yet, but I assume it is because I did it correctly that time.
Yeah.
At least I hope I did.
I'll double check.
Okay. So for number 9, you just plug into the same problem as for number 8.
Except
And yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Yep.
and which one of the following best describes the notion of the significance level of a hypothesis test and the probability of a type 1 error?
I got the same.
I got that as well. So just a quick comment for number 9.
Yeah.
So that is probability. So you're supposed to take your z-score that you get and put it into the normal probability applet, and then you're supposed to select the appropriate sections when you plug in the z-score. And that p-value is your answer, not the z-score answer.
Since it would be greater, it'd just be the right tail, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So question 11. The heights of young adult females in the United States are said to have a population standard deviation of sigma equals 2.6 inches. A sample was taken of n equals 85 young adult females at BYUI, and the mean was computed to be x bar equals 65.4 inches. Which of the following explanations describe the correct way to interpret the 95% confidence interval for this problem? And I got the third one, approximately 95% of all 95% confidence intervals that could be computed from the population of all adult females in the United States will contain the true mean height. And the last one, where we are 95% confident that the true mean height of adult females in the United States is somewhere in our confidence interval.
Did you get the full 1 point?
Yeah.
Okay, because I did the second choice, 95% of all the heights of female adults in the U.S. are in our confidence interval, and the third choice, like you and I, got 0.6. So should I take off the second choice?
Yeah, take out the second choice. Make sure you got the third and fifth choice.
I was only thinking about the third one, but thanks for your explanation of the fifth one. Okay, question 12. Marine biologists have been studying the effects of acidification of the oceans on weights of male beluga whales in the Arctic Ocean. One of the studies involves a random sample of 16 beluga whales. The researchers want to create a 95% confidence interval to estimate the true mean weight of male beluga whales. Their data follow a normal distribution. The population standard deviation of weights of male beluga whales is sigma equals 125 kilograms. And the researchers feel comfortable using this standard deviation for their confidence interval. Are the requirements for the use of a confidence interval met? Explain. I got, yes, the distribution of sample means is normal because the data are normal.
That's what I got.
Same here. And I maybe might have missed 13.
In this case, for number 13, which method we are using, you know?
I've got one. I got 0.128. That was wrong.
So the method would be a t-test.
One sample t-test.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. So, number 13.
And in this case, the null hypothesis would be 39.
Let me double check on that. The null hypothesis would be 0.95 because in the question it says the known population mean return of 0.95. So that's how you determine that, or that's how I determined it.
Okay. So the confidence level and the null hypothesis would be the same?
Yes.
No.
In this case. Did you have a question about this, Daniel?
Which one for 13 or which one?
13, yeah.
13, yeah.
No, I didn't get it. I'm trying to do it right now. Did we get the answer? Did you guys get the answer?
I got the answer. Yeah.
So the answer I got was 0.019.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, wonderful, thank you.
So did you plug your data into the Excel spreadsheet, Daniel?
I was. I'm just gonna do it right now.
Yeah.
My laptop's acting. Or greater than?
Less than, yeah.
No. Is there a null hypothesis in 13?
Yeah, 0.95.
Oh, okay. .019.
0.95.
For 13?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, it was 0.019. Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
Which one? 14 then?
Yeah.
A financial economist is studying married couples in which both spouses work, wants to compare the mean income earned by husbands with the mean income earned by their wives. Should he use independent sampling or dependent sampling, and why? Based on just what they're asking, I went on. I chose dependent sampling. He needs to select couples for his sample. So whether a particular wife is included depends on whether her husband is included.
That's what I got. Okay. Information. Pressures of supply and demand act directly on the prices of airline tickets. As the seats available on the plane begin to fill, Airlines raise the price. If seats on a flight do not sell well, an airline may discount the ticket or even cancel the flight. Ali Henrich, a BYU Idaho student, wanted to determine if there is a difference in the price of tickets listed 90 days before a flight compared with 14 days before the same flight. For her study, she compared the prices of one-way flights from London's Heathrow Airport to various destinations in Europe. Using TravelVelocity.com, she recorded the lowest published fares for 90 nonstop midweek flights 90 days in advance, and then found the lowest published price for the same destination again 14 days in advance. The prices in US dollars are given in the file directflightcost.xlsx. Notice that for some destinations, flights were not available. What is the p-value for this test? Round your answer to 3 decimal places. And I got 0.952.
I got 0.096.
I got
Um,
0.44.
That's just like problem. Let's see.
So I chose the 90 days was the variable X. 14 days was the response.
What was your answer again, Daniel?
0.096.
Okay. So I also got that. I just wrote it down wrong on my piece of paper. So.
In this case, which procedure are you using? Because I was using to sample t-test. They are paired.
Or wait.
In this one, I used the paired sample t-test.
Okay, wonderful. Because I was using to sample t-test, but I am analyzing that also it depends on the flight.
Yeah.
So in this case, is 14 days minus 19 or 19 minus 14?
90 minus 14.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have my data.
In this case, the null hypothesis, I don't know how to determine which is the null hypothesis in this case.
So for paired data, the null hypothesis will always be 0. Yep.
That's 0.095. But in this case, I got the p-value 0.0956.
That's what we got as well. But we're rounding to 3 places. So it's just 0.096.
Okay. Okay. I think it's my turn. Based on the results of the test, can you say that there is a difference in the cost of the airline tickets purchased 90 days in advance compared to 14 in advance? With a level of 0.05. I got yes because the p-value is greater than the level of significance.
That's what I got.
Which choice was that?
The second one.
First one. And it was wrong. I got that one. I did that one and I got it wrong.
We
I
got
thought it
no
was-
because
No.
the p-value was greater than the level of significance.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would, all right. 17.
Yep.
A real estate company wants to evaluate 2 of their home appraisers for consistency in preparing for their annual sales certification. It is important that different appraisers are able to give similar estimates for homes and other properties. The company selects a random sample of 10 homes in different neighborhoods around the city and independently asks each appraiser for an estimate of the home value. After they receive the estimate for each home, the company subtracts the value given by the first appraiser from the value given by the second appraiser. They create a QQ plot of the differences and see that the points in the plot roughly form a straight line. Are the requirements for using the desired confidence interval satisfied? Explain. Yes, the third choice, distribution of mean differences, is normal because the data has been determined to be normal.
Yes, I get that.
Which one was that?
The third one.
Yeah, I got that as well. So, question 18. Now, suppose the company of the previous question wants to use the hypothesis test to determine whether the estimates given by the 2 appraisers are different. Which of the following would be the most appropriate pair of hypotheses for such a test? So, for that one, I got C. Mu of D equals 0, and mu of D does not equal 0.
That was my second choice.
Get that. Okay, question 19. Suppose you create a 95% confidence interval for a mean and get minus 2.346, 8.775. You have been told to report this by saying we are 95% confident that the true mean is between Exactly what does this mean? I got the second one. 95% confidence intervals actually contain the true mean.
That's what I got.
Me too. 20. If p equals 4/5, what is the smallest value of n that satisfies the requirements for a normal distribution of p? So 0.8, 1 minus 0.8 is 2.5. So when you go through and do the calculations, you get this. That's what I got.
So in this case, we must use the formula that says MP bigger or equal to 10 n minus p.
Yes, you use that one. Those 2 formulas, I guess. Yeah.
Which one for 20? And
Yeah.
NP is greater than or equal to 10, or n times 1 minus p is greater than or equal to 10.
Yeah.
And when you input the p 4/5, you get 50. Go through and do all this.
I got 50 for the full answer.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
50.
Okay. Good.
Wait. M times 1 menos 4 quintos es igual a 1/5. Okay, 50. Yeah.
That's what we got as well. So that's good.
Can I ask what question everyone's on?
21.
21, yeah.
It's nice to see that you made it, Jennifer.
Oh, sorry guys, this week has been horrible.
Yeah.
How are you going?
Oh, well, I wish I could say I was good, but this week is not good at all. We've had issues all week long at work, so, but that's okay.
Okay. The most important thing is that you are here.
Yes, so, and I totally forgot about it, and I looked at my phone, and I was like, ah! I was hoping you guys weren't done.
Halfway. We're on 21 right now.
Okay.
Are you guys ready to go on?
Yep.
Okay. So your little brother has a career batting average of .233. You want to determine the probability that he will have a batting average of over .250 next season when he will be up to bat 40 times. Are the conditions met so that the sample proportion p hat will be approximately normal? And for that, I got no, because 40 times .233 is less than 10, so the conditions are not satisfied.
Yep, I get it.
I got that.
Okay. Question 22. A geneticist takes a simple random sample of n equals 140 gamete sex cells from the tests of a dog to determine the proportion which contain the chromosomes for development into a male. Assuming the unknown proportion of dog gametes that contain the male chromosome is 46%, the geneticist conducts her survey and calculates p hat equals 0.512. Which of the following is the most correct interpretation of this statistic? And I have no answer for this because I don't know how to interpret it.
51.2% of the gametes in the sample have the chromosome.
That's what I also got.
So the last one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I can read it, but I don't have the right answer.
Okay.
Researchers published a study in which they considered the incidence among the elders of various mental health conditions, such as dementia, bipolar disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, delirium, and Alzheimer's disease. In the U.S., 45% of adults over 65 suffer from one or more of the conditions considered in the study. Calculate the probability that fewer than 320 out of the 750 adults over 65 in the study suffer from one or more of the conditions under consideration. Give your answer accurate to 3 decimal places in decimal form. And I put 0.427, and I got that wrong.
For that, I got 0.1, which was correct.
9?
0.1.
Oh.
So to find that, I got the formula for the z-score for probability z-score, which is p hat minus p all over the square root of p times 1 minus p divided by n. Very long equation. But if you plug all of your numbers in there correctly, you should get negative 1.284. And then you plug that into your probability applet, and you should get like 0.0996. And you round that to 0.1.
Yeah, sounds complicated. It's all right. I'll look into that one.
Okay. I mean, I can
Yeah,
show
it sounds
you guys
good.
the formula if you want.
Couldn't you just input it into the into the applet, into the software, and get the same answer into the one proportion?
I don't. You might be able to, but I didn't do it that way. You can
I
always
think
give
you
it a
have to
shot.
have the data, don't you, to be able to use that?
Sometimes you don't. Some of them, I've noticed that you don't have to do that. Like, let's.
Okay.
So yeah, I just looked at that, and I plugged it in to like the one proportion in Excel, and you get the same answer, or at least you should.
Okay,
Yeah.
it brought it up now.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh. Is my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Question 24. Suppose you are testing H0 P equals 0.62 against HA, P different 0.62. And you have calculated the test statistic to be C equals 1.2334. The area to the right of C equals 133.334, and the standard normal density curve is 0.091. Which one of the following is the p-value of your hypothesis test? I got 0.091.
Okay, so that's what I got from my original, which was wrong. And so anyway, I realized that the alternative hypothesis is P does not equal 0.62, and only the area to the right of on the probability applet is selected. So you got double that number, which would give you 0.182.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smart.
Did everybody else get that answer too?
So did you just plug that into the applet and just did you do the right side? Is that?
So I just read the information given, and anyway, it says the area to the right of z equals 1.334 is 0.091.
Mm-hmm.
So I just times that time by 2.
Oh, times it by 2.
Yeah.
Um, 25. Suppose you are a dog breeder and you want to use a confidence interval to estimate the true mean fertility levels of purebred Cocker Spaniels. It is known that the distribution of fertility levels of Cocker Spaniels is normal. How many measurements must you have in order to be sure the sampling distribution of X bar is normal. Probably fourth option.
Doing that the same.
I got the last option because
That was-
it's already normally distributed. So
That's just
So is that when we use the 5 versus the 10? Is when we know it's already normally distributed?
it tells you in the information, like the
Right.
So,
I don't think we ever used the 5.
yeah, it would be the 10.
Okay.
So, yeah, but in this one here, if you had to if it was not normally distributed, you would do n is greater than or equal to 30 because it's using numbers and it's not probability.
Right.
Yeah.
So the final answer is annual or n. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. Any n will do. Yeah. The last one.
Sixth option.
Are you guys ready to go on?
Yep.
Okay. Question 26. A study is planned to compare the proportion of men who dislike anchovies with the proportion of women who dislike anchovies. The study seeks to determine if the proportions of men and women who dislike anchovies are different. A sample of 41 men was taken, and the p-hat estimate for the true proportion of men who dislike anchovies was determined to be 0.67. A sample of 56 women a woman was also taken, and the p-hat estimate for the true proportion of women who dislike anchovies was determined to be 0.84. Are the requirements satisfied to perform the hypothesis test, and why? And I got no, because in at least one case, n times 1 minus p-hat is less than 10.
Yes, I got that. Okay, question 27. A study was conducted to measure the effectiveness of a diet program that claims to help manage weight. Subjects were randomly selected to participate. Before beginning the program, each participant was given a score based on his or her performance. After 6 months of following the diet, each participant received another score.
I'm in a class
The
meeting.
study wanted to test whether there was a difference between before and after scores. What is the correct alternative hypothesis for this analysis? I got tier one, mu1, different mu2.
Which one is that?
The
Sorry.
third
Third. I got the second option. Because
oh yes, because of the difference between before and after.
yes, that's right.
Yeah, I think.
$29,
28.
$28 still.
Yeah.
We said it was the second choice, right?
For 27, yeah, it would be a second choice. And 28, I also got a second one too. So anyway,
Yeah, I got the same one, the second one. Okay, it is my turn.
Sure.
Okay. Question 29. For the study in the previous question, the V1 of the regression line was 5 pounds. Interpret this statistic. I got the third one. As percent compliance goes up by 1% on average, 5 pounds are lost in 3 months.
That's what I got. So, question 30. When creating a scatter plot, a residuals plot, and a Q2 plot, which of the 5 assumptions about linear regression are being checked? Check all that apply. So, I got that there is a linear relationship between x and y, that the variance of the error term is constant for all values of x, and the residuals are normally distributed. So that would be the second, fourth, and fifth ones.
I only got a 0.6, probably because I chose the first option and I didn't choose this last option. I switched those.
But in this case, the x values are measured without error. This is part of the requirement, you know?
Yeah, so all 5 of those are requirements.
Yeah.
You can't check whether the x values are measured without error using these. Because to check them, you just have to know when you're checking them, like when you're gathering the data.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Should I read 31?
Yeah.
Okay. Use the following information to answer the next 12 questions. Pressures of supply and demand act directly on the price of airline tickets as the seats available on the plane begin to fill. Airline rise the price. Seats on a flight do not sell well. The airline may discount the tickets or even cancel the flight. Ali Henrich, a BYU Idaho student, wanted to predict the price of tickets 14 days before his flight based on the price of tickets listed 90 days before the same flight. For her study, she compared the prices of one-way flights from London Heathrow Airport to various destinations in Europe. Using Travelocity.com, she recorded the lowest published fares for 90 nonstop midweek flights 90 days in advance, and then found the lowest published price for the same destination again 14 days in advance. The prices in US dollars are given in the file. Direct flight costs. Notice that for some destination flights were not available. Compute the same sample correlation coefficient of the price for tickets 14 days before compared with the price of tickets 90 days before. Give your answer accurate to 3 decimals. 0.780.
That's what I got.
I got the same. Okay. Question 32. Create a scatter plot using these two variables. Using this scatter plot, I'm referring to the correlation coefficient. Select the answer that best describes the data illustrated in the scatter plot. And I got the second, linear with fairly strong positive association.
Me too.
True.
For the next two questions, compute the y-intercept and the slope of the linear regression line used to predict the price of tickets 14 days before a flight based on the price ticket listed 90 days before the same flight. What is the y-intercept? Round to 3 decimal places. So for y-intercept, I got 115.64.
Yeah.
We must take 14 days as the explanatory variable.
14 days. So 14 days would be
For the response.
14 days would go in the second column.
Start with 202.09.
Yeah. That would be the first one.
Yeah, I got the same answer.
So did you guys get 33?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So question number 34. What is the slope? I got 0.627.
Yeah. 0.627.
Yeah, I got the same.
35. Predict the price of tickets listed 14 days before a flight based on the same flight costing $200 90 days before a flight. Give your answer accurate to 1 decimal place. 241.0.
You got what?
241.0.
I got 240.9. Oh yeah, I think 241.2. Yeah.
So I also got the same answer. Are you good, Jennifer?
Well, I'm trying to play catch up, but that's okay.
Okay.
I was still trying to do that last one, but that's all right. I can.
Are we allowed to use any notes on the test?
Yeah, we got one page of
Yeah.
notes we can have.
Front and back?
Just front.
Just front?
Yeah.
Okay. Test. For the next three questions, construct a 95% confidence interval for the slope of the regression line obtained when 90 days before flight ticket prices are used to predict 14 days before flight ticket prices. What is the lower bound? The ball down to 3 days. In this case, that's 0.518.
That's what I got as well.
Now, we're using the same data. We're not, are we? Because this is a different.
The 90 to 14 days. The airplane flights.
So we'd be
Yeah.
using the same data. Yeah.
Okay.
And then for upper bound, I got 0.75, 0.735.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah. 38. I did the upper minus the lower divided by 2. I got 0.476. That's wrong.
0.47?
Yeah.
Did you,
Okay.
I got 0.109. Did you put your upper bound minus your lower bound in parentheses before dividing by 2?
Is it the upper or lower bounds of the y-intercept or the slope? I did the slope.
Yeah, it's supposed to be slope, yeah.
Slope. So 0.735 minus 0.518 divided by 2.
Yeah.
And what is that supposed to get me?
I got 0.108. I mean 0.109. But I put my subtracting my upper bound from my lower bound, put that in parentheses.
Yeah, 0.108.
Good.
What is the formula for that?
For the margin of error,
Mm-hmm.
it's the upper bound, subtract the lower bound, all in parentheses, and then you divide that by 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the one we find off the data sheet, right?
Data sheet.
The upper and lower bound.
Yeah.
The output.
I guess I'm just a little confused on that one.
Can you get the same answer as us?
I just completely left all the other equations. This upper minus lower. But
So, are we still on 36 or are we on 37?
Oh,
Maybe
we're on 38.
Okay, that's why. I'm like, no, okay. Margin of error. Oh, darn, okay. All right, that's why it doesn't add up right. Okay. I'm good. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right, I'm good.
Good.
I was like, wait a minute, I didn't get that for a confidence level. Okay.
You guys ready to go on?
Yep.
Okay. For the next 4 questions, conduct a hypothesis test to determine if the slope of a true linear regression line is not equal to 0. Choose the correct null and alternative hypotheses for this analysis. So for that one, I got the last one, which is beta 1 equals 0 and beta 1 does not equal 0.
Yeah, I got the same.
I got that.
Now the small beta, I forget what they used that for. I know I wrote it down.
Small b, that's for you for your own sample.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
For your sample slope and sample y-intercept.
Because I remember reading about that. Okay.
$41. Can we move on? Or
Yeah.
what is the value of the test statistic round to 3 decimal places? And I got 11.510.
That's what I got.
I got 11.512.
0.2.
Oh no, 510. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah.
Now, we still using the data for the tickets?
Air flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think down here we're using the linear regression instead of paired data test. So, yeah.
That might be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because mine was 7.026 for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Mine is so much different.
Do you have your X and I guess your 90 days and 14 days in the correct columns?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Because 14 days goes first, right? Or is that in the second column?
It goes in the second column.
Oh, I have it in the second column. I
Oh,
must not have.
are you looking at the y-intercept or the slope?
The
T.
Y.
Okay, we're supposed to be looking at the slope. So the one
Oh,
below.
the slope one? Well,
Yeah.
so that one's even different. That one's 3.896. And what did you say it was?
11.51.
Okay, I must have my data in there wrong. I might have missed it. I'll go back and look at it.
That's here.
You guys can go ahead. I'm just going to look at it. So.
So what is the p-value? I got 0.000.
Yeah, I got the same.
No, I did get that. That part's correct.
Question 42. What if they base it on the p-value on the level of significance? And that's what did you conclude? I got the third one. Reject the null. There is sufficient evidence to suggest that the slope of the true linear regression line does not equal 0. We conclude that there is a linear relationship between 14-day ticket prices and 90-day ticket prices.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I'd agree.
$43. In the United States, mothers who live in poverty generally have babies with lower birth weight than those who do not live in poverty. Babies born in the U.S. mothers living in poverty approximately 2,800 grams. The CDC carries out a study to test the effectiveness of a prenatal care program in reducing the number of low birth weight babies born. For the study, 30 mothers, all of whom live in poverty, participate in the program, and birth weight data is recorded. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for this study? One sample t-test.
Yeah, I got the same.
Me too. So question 44. Engineers at an oil refinery find out how easily gasoline evaporates by measuring its vapor pressure. As they make gasoline, they need to determine whether its vapor pressure is high enough. The standard deviation of the vapor pressure of the gasoline made by the refinery is always 0.03 pounds per square inch. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for this task? So I got the first one. One sample z-test.
Got the same.
And which one is that in the applet?
In the applet?
Yeah, they see a t-test.
It would be the z-score, the normal probability.
Or
Are you ready for question 45?
Yeah.
An attorney wants to know what are the percentage of Walmart employees in Nevada who are over 45 years old, is more than 30%. Which procedure would be most appropriate in this situation? I got one sample t-test. I don't know if I am correct with this.
I got a test of one proportion because just want to know their
The age.
like 30%, like over 45 years old is more than 30%, and that's a probability.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Well, because it's categorical.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the same answer. Usually based off the percentage that go in, like the 46. A marriage counselor conducted a study of couples, categorizing each of the couples as communicative or non-communicative. Among other things, the counselor wanted to see whether the percentage of communicative couples whose marriage ended in separation or divorce was the same as the percentage of non-communicative couples whose marriage ended in separation or divorce. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for the study? And I thought it was a chi-squared test of independence. I think I got it wrong.
Wouldn't that be a two-test proportion?
So I did the same as Daniel, put chi-square test, but after I got that wrong, that was my second choice. So yeah, test of two proportions.
So I get also test of two proportions. So the answer is chi or test of two?
A test of two proportions.
a business marketing firm specializes in radio advertising. They hope to show there is a linear relationship between sales and the amount of money a client invests in radio advertising. Which procedure would be most appropriate for addressing this question? I got the last one, linear regression.
Me too. So, does anybody else have any additional questions? Or are we good to submit?
That's fine. Right.
Okay. Which one did I miss?
What was your answer for question number 5?
Number 5, I got it wrong, but it was 99.7.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I missed one.
Would that be
5.
number 5? Yeah. We all missed that one.
16?
16? Well, are we good to go to work on our group project?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
So what part are we working on? Are we working on the PowerPoint right now, or?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So I've I think that is due Saturday, is that correct?
Yep. So, Christian, you said you got started on that, right?
Yeah, I am sharing the improvement. I'm going to show you what I'm doing.
Okay.
And I want you to make me some suggestions, something like that.
Now, is this PowerPoint online that we can all?
I think I can share it if you want.
Okay. Well, I just didn't know if you had yet or not. So that's okay.
In this case,
Great.
tell me.
Oh, if you can share that, we'd all be able to see that.
Yeah.
In this case, this is the PowerPoint presentation for the Math 221A 13 final project for BYU Idaho. Here are our names. Here we have the content. The first one is design the study background information. After that, the data collection, describe the data, descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, takes action, and conclusion. In design the study background information, what is our project about? A project is defined if the bottles of water have the quantity of liquid they state in the sticker. A research question is, are there 16.9 ounces in the 16.9 ounces bottle of water? Our population is bottles of water of 16.9 ounces, and our sample is 30 bottles of water. Okay, so do you want me to make any changes on this?
Should it be sample size?
or sample size? Okay.
Well, I don't know. Hannah, didn't she say something about we only have one sample, but our sample size was 30?
It looks clean. It looks professional. I like the colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really cluttered. I mean, they're probably looking for something, that they can read through, like, quick, just understand it. So that first slide was pretty good, except for like the red grammar errors.
So, for the sample size, for the population, so in our design the study, when we submitted, we put down we are going to study the 16.9 ounces of bottles of water in the Oklahoma School for the Blind because
Yes.
she wanted us to be specific. And
Okay.
so we might want to change that for what we have in there.
Okay, perfect. So our population is bottles of water of 16.9 ounces. And the which one school?
In
The
the
Oklahoma. Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
In the Oklahoma School for the Blind.
Oklahoma School. For what?
The Blind.
Perfect. Something else?
I think that's good.
Okay, wonderful. Now here we have the data collection. Do you want me to make some explanations on it, or I can leave it that way? What do you think? I think some explanations would be cool, no? Or it is not needed. What do you think?
Probably put like, could we call these like exhibits, or do we want to call these graphs? Like graph 1, graph 2, and then graph 3, like just over the left corner,
Does anybody know about the Rubik's grading scale? All of that.
I have that downloaded on my computer.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, if we follow that, then I know we'll be safe.
Okay.
I know I looked at it once, but I forgot where I found it.
Yeah, I check it. In fact, I have here the PowerPoint guidelines. It says, let me check it because it is locked. My computer is okay. In this case, describe the data. It is no data collection. Please include a graphic to describe your data.
Okay, so I have pulled up on my screen the rubric for the PowerPoint. So, population of interest.
Data collection, including information on how you went about actually collecting data.
So, for the PowerPoint, I would say that we need to change, like the data collection, that needs to go in the describe the data. And for data collection, we would put down like the type of sampling method we're using and how we use that sampling method. Would probably be best.
Okay, it's something. I think we can work on a Word document.
Or
Maybe
I know.
Oh, tell me.
Well, if you open your Google Drive, you can upload your PowerPoint as a Google slide, and then you can share it with us. I mean, like, not everything will transfer over, but most of everything you have should transfer.
Okay. Let me check it. Okay, I'm going to share with you.
Hey, Hannah, where did you find that Rubik? Creating
It's in the announcements.
and the announcements.
Let's see here. It's called the Rubik's for a Group Project Announcement. So,
Okay, let's do that.
yeah.
Because I know as close as we follow that, I think we'll do really good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I found it.
And I'm going to send it. Send you the invitation in this moment.
No, I didn't read anywhere where it told us exactly how many slides we needed. Does that matter?
Probably not. If it's not specified.
Probably less than 20.
Oh, my drive has not. It's okay, let me just.
What was our research question? Because that should be in our design to study.
Uh,
Are there 16.9 ounces in this 6.9 ounce bottle of water?
So no, it says that in there.
Okay, it's. No. Alter.
Because on that collected data now, she just pretty much how we did it, how we collected it, correct? So we could actually go back to the design of study and probably copy and paste what we wrote.
So, Jennifer, I have a question for you. You submitted the collect and describe the data, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay, so
and
how
then
many
she had me submit it again.
you submitted it like twice?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
How long on what did
And you,
it take to get it done?
I didn't hear you.
The time, the lifetime for a response?
I haven't got a response. But I haven't checked today, so I haven't been home very long. So.
I mean, we have full points for collect and describe the data. At least I did.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
we did,
just
but she wanted us just to correct a little bit and then submit it again. So, but I did that.
okay, did you receive the invitation?
Let me check and see if she said anything.
Okay. So if you go into the final project folder, it's in there. You want to click on the slides though. Those slides. Because then we can edit it.
No, she hasn't responded back to that. So.
So I noticed that in her response to me, make inference, take action, she state whether the null hypothesis should be rejected or fail to be rejected. I mean, we rejected the null hypothesis already. So does she just want it like in its own section? Anyone know?
And was that in the make inference or?
Yeah, in the one that I need to make revisions. Because we have no idea think, what do we think, and we found the alpha level. So we have sufficient evidence to reach, like we've already stated it, and we didn't get any points. We got 0 out of 1.
Wait.
I'll just make a comment.
Oh, she wants us to resubmit that again, or?
Yeah, because we only got 76 out of, we got 2.92 out of 3.85. So 19 out of 25 points.
Oh,
There's some things missing.
for the make inference one?
Yeah.
But you submitted that one, correct?
Yeah, we have. I submitted it Saturday.
Yeah. So, I mean, I looked over that, and I thought I made sure everything was in there that we needed. But I don't know. Are you guys in the PowerPoint?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'll go
I
there.
was until it went away. Oh no.
In the slides, right?
Yeah. Google Slides.
Oh, I didn't have it open in Google Slides. Okay. That was my problem. Okay.
Oh yeah, now I can see you.
So is the slides working for everybody? Because I can't get mine.
It works.
Yeah, when you go to open it, you have to right-click and do Google Slides.
Um,
That's
If
what I
you-
have to do.
If you do that, then we'll all each be inside of our own Google
Oh,
Slide.
really?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
don't do that. Don't listen to me.
it's what I did is I reshared when that email that you got, the final project Google Slides that we can all work on together. If you guys want to go in there.
Oh, it's under the file?
No.
No.
Probably.
I'll just open up that email.
I'm gonna check.
I mean,
I'll just open the email you sent me. That'll work. Okay. Can we see each other in it, or because I don't see anyone?
we should be able to.
Oh, but see, it won't let me edit when I open.
Oh, let me change the settings. Go fast.
I mean, I can see it, but it won't let me.
Let me reshare this with you, Jennifer, because it
Okay.
says that you should be able to edit.
Okay, that's better. Yeah, because it says invite to edit. Okay. Now, if she wants to reword everything, or is it okay to paste and copy some things?
It's probably okay to copy and paste.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's our own wording, so I don't know.
So I think we should be good there.
Oh, I got mine.
Well, I probably did go downstairs, but not sitting on the chair. I think down there to get that reception for
Okay.
Only one slide in the project.
Our
Oh,
slide
there.
right now it's 7.
I think that this is
So was that first one on the design of the study, was that our research question? Oh, wait,
Yeah.
there it is. It's followed. Okay, never mind. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so I think that one's good. Let's get all that in there. Now, does she only want one graph? It says and a graph. Or no, and graphs. Okay. So yeah, so all that needs to go to describe the data, Daniel.
Which one? The data?
Yeah,
Doesn't want that. You don't. What are we gonna do with it?
yeah, that all, these graphs all need to be in describe the data. So Hannah changed it. Never
Oh,
mind,
you,
that's good. And then we also need in that area a summary of the statistics.
down here.
And this says include information about your summary statistics and graphs to describe the data you collected as a group. And that should all go under describe the data.
Okay. So we got descriptive statistics in the next couple slides. Well, in the next slide, I guess.
Oh, what did you say that, Hannah? Say it again.
So the next slide should have the descriptive statistics.
Oh, yeah, and it looks really good too. What is the A on there?
That probably
just-
means there's a text box you can write in there.
Ah, okay.
So you're right there.
So I'm wondering if we could maybe throw one of those graphs right there too, or no?
We probably could.
And then write like a little description of what we, because one other thing we have to have is describe the data you collected as a group.
Graph 2 would be a scatter plot, right?
This one?
The one that has the lines. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that would be a scatter plot, I guess. But we call it QQ plot. That's
QQ
what
plot.
I would name it as.
A really strange one at that, but
What does source authors mean?
It means the source of the graphs came from the authors of the slide, which happens to be us. So that way you know where we got it from.
okay. Oh, you think everything. Let's see. Are we going to add any more with the statistic area? Describe the statistics.
We probably should describe it. Like,
Okay.
yeah, describe the data. Be like, this is what we found. Or something.
Didn't we already do that in your... Let me go back and see. to rewrite all that.
We need something.
Oh, you already took from that. Oh, see, you beat me to it. Never mind. I was going to bring that over. Do you want that paragraph that we wrote about the statistics there?
Paragraph from statistics. We could do
From
that.
our, I mean, I can always bring that over, but shouldn't know.
Yeah, that looks like that would be a good idea.
And where do you want it put?
We could always delete what I put in and just put it there instead.
Okay, I can bring it over. Oh, it's awful small. What size of font are we using?
Oh. We're using an Arial size 28 font.
Let's see, where's the size font on this? Go to format. Go. Okay. Well, let me just there. No. Go ahead. Oh wait, hand's got it. I can't change the size on that here if you want to. It's under format.
Let's see.
I know it is. You go under text. Oh, there it is. Woo, that's a little big.
It's a little bit. We might be able to shrink that a bit.
Yeah. He's like, look, we really wanted you to be able to read it.
Yeah.
Keeping with the blind school stuff. It's like, no.
So, data collection. I was gonna put this little bit of data that we collected just so that way we can put like an asterisk under it like shown like the data that we collected, and this is where we're getting this information from.
We could always do another slide and do that.
Okay.
That would be good to add.
Oh, that one's coming. Show me your count. Oh, something. Okay. You need to iron it. Okay, it'll lay solder. Oh, that's cool. Does it have to be in the order that's on the? Does it have to be in any certain order? Do you know?
No, as long as she can find it when she grades it, I assume it's okay.
Okay. So data collection. So data collection should include information about your sample design and how you went about collecting, actually collecting your data. So are we going to leave, Hannah, are we going to leave it the Kth, or is it the 5th item? Or is that just... Do you mean that for a reason, or...
La siguiente. La siguiente.
I like this, but I like this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm wearing, and that's what I'm going to keep. You can keep this one.
Put this one in your car? Or...
I'm going to put this one in my car.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to wear this one to graduation, and you can keep this one. Isn't it cool? I really like this one.
You graduate already, Jennifer?
Do what?
Graduate already?
No. I still have like a year left. No, my daughter's graduating high school this year, so she was showing me. We just got her invitations in today. And I haven't been home, so she was showing me. That's interesting. No, I still have a year. I'm only taking 6 hours at a time. I can't do any more than that. Not work full time, and I'm a single mother, so it makes it worse. So.
What are you going for? The bachelor's?
Yeah, my bachelor's in business management. So.
What are you going to open up a business or?
Right here. Yeah, we're gonna have to order some.
Excuse me. Descanse.
Do we need our the actual data collected?
Not necessarily, but
Yeah, because it says include information about your sample design and how you went about actually collecting your data. So I'm wondering if we can just write in there what we wrote. We could probably fit it all in one slide. What do you guys think?
I think so.
Yeah.
So we don't have to have slide 5. And I can put on slide 4. It only lets you do 50. Okay, 50 it is. I can add it to 4. We can actually just go back and find it. Yeah, on that, Hannah, on that data, the actual data collected, do we want to leave it in there as I did it, or just we collected blah, blah, blah bottles?
Well, it would be more interesting if we did it this way.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. And if Sister Hess tells us that's too much, we can always change that.
Okay. So is it okay if I delete slide 5?
Yeah.
Or you're in there, okay.
At least I am.
Delete slide. Since we don't need that one in there. How much is that one? 24. Just for $4 more you can get the nicer one.
It's either silver or gold.
This one is?
That's the other one.
What's this one?
Basic.
I like the silver.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's going to come out gold or not.
Why?
Because it said silver or gold. I haven't found a place where you can click on it.
You should have an option.
Yeah, I could.
Try. I like the silver one. Okay. So to describe the data needs include information about your summary statistics, graphs to describe the data you collected as a group. Okay.
¿Aló? Hola,
Yeah, I'm still here. I think everyone else is too, I can see.
No, no, todavía no. Yo estoy por aquí en reuniones de la universidad por allá hasta las 10:15.
Okay, so in the results, we have 17.3 ounces of water is what they actually put into the bottles, right?
On average.
On average, right? Or
Yeah.
do we have an average of that?
Yeah, it says our median was the average was 17.3. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Al gerente internacional de Pathway para que pudiera abrir el grupo con 8 personas. Entonces, pues él me dijo que le preocupaba un poquito el tema de que de pronto fuera a llegar solo un par de personas al último semestre, ¿sí? Pero pues que igual él sabía pues que Pathway iba a ser una gran bendición para las personas, entonces pues que iba a aceptarlo con la condición de que continuáramos haciendo los esfuerzos para incluir a otras personas si fuera posible hasta el 23, básicamente, que se arranca el semestre. Y ya le marqué, pero no me contestó, porque la idea era que ella pudiera ingresar y hacer la presentación que condiciona el programa. Ya José David la aceptó porque yo hablé con él. Y no importa, le digo pues.
Need more help?
Sí, exactamente. Open debe hacer una visión de cada uno de ustedes,
Print.
pathway, para los admitidos, de modo que
Go to summary of that.
recibir, pues, resolver las últimas inquietudes que tengan y pues ya recibir toda la información en cuanto al arranque y demás. Pues,
Do we need to put in there what our p-value was?
pero la verdad no sé qué pasaría.
Probably.
Because I don't think, because somewhere we should put like what it was, because I don't think we did that.
Sandro, ¿cuál? Orozco.
Yeah, so we got it down here.
Me dijo que iba a informar en cuanto al tema, pero pues la verdad no sé.
I forgot where the receipt was, Lauren.
Con Eduardo hablé, me dijo que se iba a presentar. Estamos esperando a ver cuándo va a hacerlo. Sí. Sí, de hecho, por eso fue que John Eduardo te contactó para hablar del tema de instituto.
What was our p-value? Do you know, Hannah?
Yeah, it should be on that slide, like right here.
Oh, huh.
0.000.
Oh, no, well, I was thinking, what was our significant level? That's what I was talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Point
Oh, it's right there. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
It's 0.05. Never mind. Okay. As long as it's there, I think it would be fine.
Okay.
In that bag over there, I think it's a receipt.
Mañana que tengo varios.
You have to look at it.
Desde ver.
Because you'll need that receipt. Okay, so to make inference, we need include a summary of the hypothesis test and the results. So I think we have that.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay. So I think so far I've gone through all of it, and it looks like we've met everything that was on the Rubik's.
Yeah. Except the last slide.
Except the last one, yeah.
Okay.
And that one needs include a brief summary of what you learned and what you would do differently. Well, I automatically know what we'd do differently. We should have had a random number when we picked our bottles. Like roll the dice, or at least that's what we did, or what I did wrong. We didn't have a random number to start with. I just started with one, like,
Yeah.
which made it a non-random sample. Ugh. No. Maybe they'll just do it without it. If it wasn't in those bags, I must have threw it away. No, that's worth it. Yeah. That's right. We got it there. They should be able to look it up. We should be able to look it up. Hey, didn't we use... I think I used my discount rewards card, and it's your mom's phone number. Actually, it's your mom's. Okay. No, it's her mom's number.
There's another one with
No, but I bought that one. I bought that one off her mom's one. Yeah. So, okay. Krishna, I like how you did that data. I like that better. It doesn't look so grouped together. I really like that. I think it looks good, guys.
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely looks lots better.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for your help, guys.
And I think we pretty much meet all of the points that she wanted points wise, because I've gone through it several times and it looks like we've met all of them.
Yeah, the overall appearance is pretty good too, I think.
I do too. I really like how Christian redid that data, because I was like, how can we do that where it doesn't look like it's stacked? He tapered it like that, and I really like that.
Yeah.
It looks nice. I wouldn't have thought of doing it that way. Pretty good. And this is the last one, is that right? I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then, Daniel, were you going to
Got it on mine.
Sister Hess about the make inferences and take action and see how we can make up the points we missed?
For the make inference?
Yeah.
Yeah, I corrected some and I put comments. So I'll submit it and see what she says.
Okay.
Yeah. So there wasn't a whole bunch, but it was just minor point.
Thanks for doing that.
Okay, so there is something else we can add or modify, or it's okay if I submit it today?
I think it looks good. I'm good with it, Christian.
Me
Yeah,
too.
it's feedback too. Beautiful.
And so to submit this, you probably want to hit on File and download as a Microsoft PowerPoint. And then you can submit it as that, would be my suggestion.
Could you please repeat it, because I didn't catch it?
Okay. So if you go to File,
Yeah.
you go down to Download As, and you click on Microsoft PowerPoint. And then you find where it downloads it on your computer, and you upload that.
Okay, perfect. I will do it.
Now, this is the last time we meet, is that correct? Or do we meet next week?
I think we meet one more time next week, but right before the exam. I don't know.
Before the exam.
No? We don't have.
Because wasn't this the last assignment
Yeah,
before the test?
we didn't have homework or homework quiz or meetings, because we are going to prepare for the exam, and that's it.
Well, if you look at next week, lesson 25, it says there's a group meeting.
Okay.
But it says there is no group meeting this week.
But we don't have to submit anything. Oh, yep. Okay. Well. So this group meeting is not submitted on iLearn. Do you guys want me to email you the link to it in case you guys need to refer back to it for studying for the test?
Oh, we don't have to do this one on iLearn?
Yeah, because it's the review. We never have to submit
Yeah, if you would, that would be great. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be sure to do that.
Because I'm already stressing about it. And it's just anxiety.
So.
Between that and having to work a lot, so.
Okay, guys. Thanks for helping me with that presentation.
No, no problem. That's what we're here for. To work together. Not that I did a whole lot. But...
Okay, I am downloading this presentation in this moment. I am going to submit it today.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for your help. If we don't have the opportunity to meet again, I want to say you thank you, because I have learned a lot with you, especially
Yes, I have.
Nana, because she was able to conduct the meeting every week and to submit the assignment every week. So thank Jennifer, because you did a wonderful work also by helping us to collect the data. And thanks Daniel, because you have helped me a lot to learn about the topics in the class.
Yeah, I said you guys are all important to me. Like Hannah, Jennifer, and Christian, you guys accepted me. You guys, welcomed me in, even though it was pretty late in the semester. You guys have just been here, helping me,
We were glad
progress.
to have you.
Um,
By far,
That's-
this is the best group I've had so far. So, you guys have been awesome.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed coming to the meetings and getting to know you guys a little bit better.
Yeah, way better than one of some other groups that we didn't even talk about them. We just ran through everything.
Yeah, that was my economics class. Oh, it was not fun. I dreaded that meeting. But luckily it was only once a week. Of course, economics is dreadful anyway, so.
Either you get it or you don't.
I know, yeah. I'm like, oh, those graphs are just killer.
Okay, it's okay with you if I make the benediction?
Oh yeah.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we are grateful with you for the opportunity we have coming together. We are grateful for your love and for your blessings, and especially because we have the opportunity to meet as groups every week, and because we learn a lot about the topics in this class. Father, we ask you to bless us with a better understanding of the topics in the class. Please help us to have great results in finals, and please bless Daniel, Jennifer, and Hannah so that they can be blessed with the understanding in the rest of the topics of the classes, and please bless their families so that they can be protected. Father, we love you and we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
And good luck with the rest of your studies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
On the final test.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye. See you guys.
Bye.